you are in the market to buy or sell your home, land, or property, it is in your best interest to work with a professional that cares and keeps your best interest first always. Melissa Williams is your agent, very customer service oriented, knowledgeable in all steps in the delicate process of your investment, and here to turn your dreams to reality. Call her now, 253-293-1056. That's 253-293-1056. www.melissawilliams.com.
Hey you, yeah you, don't you deserve a newer vehicle for 2022? Go see Ralph at Max Auto Plus Tacoma. Good credit, bad credit, always with the lowest interest rates possible. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and everyone sees the Carfax. The best customer service ever. Log on to GoSeeRalph.com or call 253-230-1494. That's 253-230-1494. Oh, one more thing. Did you know you get $200 cash money if you bring Ralph a customer? What are you waiting on? Go see Ralph. Max Auto is located at 12918 Pacific Avenue, South Tacoma. Get up and go see Ralph.
You can adjust that.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We're going to throw up Will's joint, right? Want to shout that out real quick?
Will?
The LOB?
Yes.
All right. Get this banner off here, but go ahead.
Yeah, make sure y'all go check out my guy, Legion of Barbers. Go check out Will for all your hair and clipper needs. Make sure to support small business, and that's a great small business with our guy Will from LOB.
Yeah, for the community. Yeah. I'm petty. Y'all see it. Clippers, trimmers, shavers, razors, everything that you need as far as your barber accessories. Hit up the homie Will over at the Legion of Barbers, LOB store, Des Moines. Get there. All right. Hold on. Boom. All right, fellas.
Man, what is up out there? How you guys doing? Welcome to another edition. You guys know what it is. Shopkulture every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Man, another Tuesday, man.
Oh, who's she getting at?
Huh?
She talking to...
No,
That's how we start the show off?
No, we ain't starting the show off.
You want me to, I can adjust, hold on, I'll adjust that for you.
I got it.
You got it?
No, we're good.
You can always freehand it if you want.
Right here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
No.
What up, Julie?
That's Team take over that.
There you go. Talk to him.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Yes,
there we
sir.
go.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, once again, when we join, my man is over here.
That boy wild.
Yeah,
that boy wild.
Man, if you ever going through something, ask Toom to give you a story.
Man, because this dude, he got him. Got him.
We're all kind of the tension. It was tense, and he just came with the story of the year, man. I was mad that we couldn't record it. Y'all would have been woo.
Listen,
sounded like a movie.
Dark, baby.
Huh?
That's Shopkulture after dark, man. Listen,
are you guys doing that yet?
Man, listen, man. I'm doing it. I want to do it, but I'm worried about it. I want to do it, but I'm worried about it.
Because you got the perfect co-host.
You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about the content and everything. And Tay's super busy running her business. You know what I'm saying? I'm super busy at work, everything like that, coaching, everything. So we're going to try to put something together, but we're going to have to make sure when we do it, we put some parameters on it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get too crazy. I don't want...
So listen, you got Nick.
Because what I don't want it to turn into, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. If we're gonna do it, I want to at least be knowledgeable at some point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to be. You know me, I'm wild. So we're gonna have some wild time. We're gonna have some good time. But I also want to be knowledgeable as well. You know what I'm saying? I also want to make
your
sure
story.
Oh, stop. Listen. I did that to you. To help my guys get out of I did that to help my guys get out there.
I can't be like you ain't lying. Hey, we're out the phone.
I have lived a fun
That was a hell of an introduction right there.
Okay, shut down corner.
If I do say so myself.
Good times.
You know.
You know what it is, baby.
Yeah.
What's happening, y'all?
And then we got the producer extraordinaire over there.
What's poppin', y'all? What's going on?
That's Nick Jones.
Got a lot to address. But yes, we in here in the place to be.
And how was everybody's weekend? We had for a lot of people, 3 days. But when you're a grinder and you on the grind,
it's never really no days off.
You know, I was happy, man. I got a chance to get on some golfing in.
That's what's up.
And anybody out there golf? Who golfs out there?
I wanna get on the green. I wanna try it.
Yeah, I did a couple balls. I ain't really my thing.
Yeah. I heard it was I heard it's relaxing.
It's for when you're
and one of the hardest sports out.
Athletic in the twilight of your.
But with that being said, I heard, maybe y'all can, because y'all the sports aficionados out here, it's supposed to be one of the most difficult sports out there.
That's what I heard. I mean,
I don't,
Well, you know what? Somebody called me, was talking mess about our flag football, so I told him we might have to run it back. Because you know that last game we did, huh?
Look, Toon's offended.
Well, yeah, they were talking. And they said they caught a touchdown on Toon. I was like, what?
Who said that?
Mm-mm.
Put him out there.
Mm-mm.
We gonna find out after the show.
And look, Toon, when he gives you that look, I mean, see, I gotta get him mad. That's what I gotta. They're like, well, why you call him shutdown? Why you call him shutdown? He goes, I'm like, okay.
Oh shit! All right.
This man, we played about 8 years. I don't think anybody even catch a ball.
Mm-mm.
I know it was never no touchdown. Yeah, that's a trick. I don't think somebody catch a ball.
I'm padding back up, so we can get popping. Listen,
you, Corey, and that was
back.
a squad.
So you know what I'm saying?
Our flag football
partners, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Soon as back. Like so. All the flag football cats, better watch your mouth. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's tighten it up. Let's run it. Run it up. Oh, I don't even do all that back and forth. Let's run it up.
Real quick, and we're gonna discuss something real quickly.
We going into the opener?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do it.
Yeah, now you got me energized. So let's go.
I know.
Touchdown. Okay. I couldn't tell you as much. I think I'm on the pad, so we.
I already know. When it came to it. But we got to be, and really quickly about Shopkulture. Huh?
We're going to film that, right?
We're
going to film that, right?
Ooh.
We're going to film that, right? Shopkulture flag?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to film that. Yeah, let's make sure we film that. Because somebody's going to the sideline.
So, and I just want to talk about this, what went on in Shopkulture real quickly today. Real quickly, we got to be honest about things, and we also have to be transparent. And Shopkulture is, when it comes to any type of promotion, when it comes to anything like that, listen, I have a business. You can go back and see it. I don't even promote my business. Toon has a business. He has. I have to promote Toon for the business.
I don't even promote my other platform that I work on in the group, or anything for that matter. I got to get permission to.
We talk about black businesses, and we talk in detail about it. Yeah, when black businesses or black establishments put up certain things up for people to follow, it's an issue. Why is it like that? Why?
It's the entitlement. It's the sense of entitlement. At least that's what I got from today's transactions, in dialogue.
We do things, and I hope, and maybe I'm wrong for always hoping this, and I just hope that when there are situations that are happening, because I think I'm pretty fair on things. I've reached out to people. I've said things. I try to be as flexible and level-headed with certain things. But, when I feel like it was a certain amount of misrepresentation on what was said, that's not.
No, homie was basically lying, omitting information. You basically lying, twisting folks' words. you know, and then creating this dynamic, lame ass narrative as if someone just excluded you and X'd you and whatever your initiatives and businesses, whatever it is you got going on, like that's not even what the case was. And like I was saying in the matter of fact, I'm not gonna throw up the post, but more so your response. Do you mind if I do that?
Well, my response to what?
Just to what was said, because the person was saying that they were told they can't promote in the group, and that's not what was said.
No, I've never said nobody could promote it. And
right.
I just think that we have to have a level of, because nobody wants to have spam. And the thing about it is when people start advertising all those, you know, putting up just different posts, we get it. People start asking us questions about things. And we gotta know what's going on.
And just the people that there's like 4 or 5 people, 10 people a day, you know, we add into the group. And a lot of those folks, Toon don't know, I don't know, B don't know.
No, I don't.
You know, they just
start to change in terms of that.
Right. And you get random people that will start spamming the damn group with necessary.
You know, even if you're doing it for the community, that is great. We're all for the growth of the community or the helping of the community. We want that. We stand behind that. But we got to know what's going on. It's that simple. We got to know what's going on. And to just go and say that somebody said something, that's not what I said about nothing. Everybody here knows me.
Yeah, homie was, he got out of pocket, super out of pocket. And the folks that was supporting that and trying to rally up behind it, not even knowing like the whole of the situation, y'all look like a bunch of idiots too. I'll just say that. I'm in the group. You want to get at me about it, feel free. But, you know, shouldn't be out here, you know, half-stepping without getting full context or knowing, you know, what's going on and what's actually being said. The way I took it, it was disrespectful. It was tacky. You know, you're omitting information and twisting folks' words, and then you went as far as to slandering the group to make it seem like we're not for the community, that we ain't out here, you know, dude, you're not the only one out here putting on for the damn community. We respect that. I salute that. We shout that out all the time. If y'all watch the show, you know, you would hear us talk about the different things that we're a part of, you know, so, and we do that in the group as well. So that was just completely disingenuous, and I had to check that. You know,
I just moving forward. We say we want to be a community, and we want to be better, and move and grow. Well, if we're going to grow, we have to have a certain level of respect for one another. And the respect happens when there are certain rules. And no, you don't bring up. I know, because people always want to change the goalposts, and it's like,
oh my God, I can't believe.
What?
I just couldn't believe how they were getting away from what it was all about, which was the lying and just twisting of words. Like I even went in, as soon as I seen the post go up, I went in and I went and updated the rule setting so that folks would know that you can promote. It's just, you know, you got to hit up. I'm one of the admins too, but don't go through me. You got to go through B. This is his shit. You got to get the green light from him. 9 times out of 10, he's going to say yes. It's just, what is it? What you got going on? And that's about it. Am I right, B? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't get.
Yeah. So.
I'm not an admin. Y'all buzz me like I am. Please stop.
Right?
No, admin rights.
We just keep on getting to do that. We're going to add tunes.
No, we're going to.
You know we want it.
We're going to at least make you a moderator.
Yeah,
I'm going to make him a moderator tonight.
I'm okay with not being an admin. I don't care if I was, but I'm okay with not. But I'm just letting y'all know, I have no admin rights for you. So y'all that be hitting me up talking about why is this up or why this is up, I ain't saying.
Yeah, all that not lightweight snitching, that ain't gonna help y'all. That's not gonna help y'all. So who you need to be talking to is either myself or B. B primarily, but you know, it's out of one of us.
It's one of them.
Cause
I can't take nothing down.
Also though, it just seems like when you have those type of discussions, I always thought that you had those discussions outside of not making posts, but I guess that's not how things are done. It's different, so it's what it is.
Yeah. Basically, be respectful, be, you know, on point, and And be honest, move with integrity, because screenshots are a thing, receipts are a thing. I'm big on that. So
you are.
I was ready to. I was ready to. I was about to air homie out, but I was told to. I was told not to. So
we talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
A level of grace, a level of, because if people want us to talk about how they get upset about, Chuck called the back and forth, they sort of tune in when the back and forth stuff goes. When the back and forth stuff, they tune in.
It was crazy how they were in here trying.
But you don't like it. It's the group this and that. But when it's that kind of stuff, instead of promoting like, hey, how can we find a common ground on this with two individuals or whoever the individuals are to really help promote the community or to be more united? But it's never that. It was always the group's fault.
They love embellishing in the love and hip hop-esque type drama. The same people who was over here virtue signaling like, y'all don't even turn on for the, y'all the same ones in here bitch whining and complaining and embellishing in the fuckery. Excuse my language. I'm just being raw and to the point right now. So y'all need to check that. Or like I always say, get you don't have to be in the group. I don't understand that. Like, if you feel that if you're feeling like it's low vibrational and you ain't getting anything from it, why are you here? And no one has yet to answer that question.
So why am I here?
So that's all I got to say on that. You good?
It's whatever, man.
All right, moving forward. Let's go with the first topic here. Relationships. Understanding versus competing. And I had context on that. Let me bring that up, because I actually have a website here, but I think if I like switch over to it, they might end up seeing that. So let me bring that up real quick and just read the prompt, and then you guys give me your take from there. So here we go.
State Boston, who you take?
There it is.
I feel like
Golden State 5.
I feel like Boston's going to get 2. I feel like the defense. You got to think Curry shoots the worst of his career when guarded by Marcus Smart. But I also feel like him being so young on this big stage, Boston's had a much harder road. They're a lot more beat up. A lot more injured. I feel like Golden State has a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry. I was looking on the right here. I feel like Golden State, they're seasoned. You know what I'm saying? They're vets at this. They know how to win in the finals. They know how to get the job done. And I just don't feel like 7-game series Boston. I don't feel like they can do it. I feel like Boston can score.
Yeah, and that's the problem they're going to have, is that you got to isolate. And Golden State's too deep.
Yeah.
Too much scoring.
Especially if Gary Payton's coming back.
He's supposed to be back.
Yeah.
Let me read this off real quick. So it says here, competing with your partner can often be written off as silly and fun, and sometimes it is. Couples that get competitive during a board game or at a rock climbing wall event probably are just having a great time. But what's worrying is when a couple is really in competition with each other, rather than working as a team. People who communicate effectively in their relationship collaborate and are truly a team. What else does they say? So then they go, there's no feeling of competition and no desire to be right, but a big desire to be happy. There's an agreement, respect, more connection sexually, and the ability to solve, set goals, and meet them. Because a little competition can feel sexy and fun, this is the part that I wanted to read. But if you're actually in competition all the time, then it can destroy your relationship. But you might not always catch yourselves doing it. The signs aren't always easy to see because it can be wrapped up in passion or aggression. Or maybe you've never really allowed yourself to acknowledge the resentment you have in your head. But when a relationship goes wrong, competition can rise up, and that's just not a fun place to be. So how do you know? And then they go into the different, like what your fights feel like a sport. They go into all the different like things that you can kind of like go over.
So
where are y'all at with that though?
So are you in competition with your spouse in a relationship?
Or have you ever been in any relationship felt like you were in a competition with your significant other?
Have you?
I've been in those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Where it felt like everything was an argument, everything was a back and forth, everything was a fight to be right instead of again, like they said, a fight to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I think now, going forward, in my studies, you know what I'm saying, I found that to be a common theme in my studies in most unhappy relationships is that it's a fight to be right instead of a fight to be happy. So I know that that has been one of the common things in the last, I won't say relationship, but the last few women that I've dated or been in a relationship with, that's been a major theme in conversation for me is I want to be happy. I'm not worried about necessarily being right, because being right isn't always happy. You know what I'm saying? Finding compromise, knowing when to say, okay, I may be right, but you can be right too. Or, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that I don't always have to be right. You know what I'm saying? Has led to a lot.
Because what you really gain by necessarily being right, it's very minimal.
I'm going to tell you like this, normally the smartest men are the loneliest men. If you go back in history and look at the men that are normally considered geniuses, right, or the geniuses of their time, they're mostly lonely.
I think you have a point.
Yeah, because
right
immediately who came to my head was Stephen Hawking. And I remember, and I watched that movie and how
alone and isolated.
Well, because who else? Albert Einstein. I mean, they'll say he was in love, but his relationship was very hard. Socrates. A lot of these, geniuses of their time were considered to be, men, but by themselves because they, it was hard for them to compromise.
Isn't it amazing how you can be a quote-unquote genius, yet you can't solve the equation of being in a relationship or a long-lasting relationship?
That emotional intelligence.
Because that's a totally
right.
Emotional intelligence and emotional maturity is much different from maturity and, you know what I'm saying, and mental intelligence. You know what I mean? I think they're two very, very separate issues. I think you can be a mature adult and not have emotional maturity because maybe you haven't dealt with that side of life. Maybe you haven't been in enough relationships. Maybe you haven't experienced enough or learned enough about relationships. You know what I'm saying? But you can be intelligent. You know what I'm saying? But have no experience in a relationship.
Well, because when you talk about like intimate, I call them just the intimate relationships. They're so different. It's a lot harder, and especially like what Williams has said. Like if let's say you're an alpha male. To really be an active listener, to really kind of reduce your role sometimes in a relationship, because that's what sometimes it is. You can't always be right.
I think we get the word alpha kind of mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Being an alpha doesn't mean that you have to be hard-headed. I think alpha is a leader. You know what I'm saying? Alpha is normally the leader of a pack. But if you, okay, let's look at wolves, right? Where we normally take the word alpha from is from right? So if you look at the alpha wolf, wolves lead by pack decision. It's normally a democracy, but they have one leader that can veto. But normally, from what I've read about wolves, he doesn't. The alpha wolf really doesn't veto the pack decision.
Strongest too. Strongest is usually in alpha.
Or the best hunter.
Yeah.
Not necessarily strongest, but the best hunter. Because the best hunter doesn't necessarily have to be the strongest, but I know how to maneuver the best and maybe fight the best. Right? And I might be the best protector.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't mean that I'm hard-headed. It just means that I can be a good leader. I can be an alpha and also be able to take instruction. I can be an alpha leader and an alpha male and also be able to take guidance. So I
a lot of alphas that do that though, that can actually are active listeners.
But see, again, I think that's where we mix up the word alpha, right? Just because you're a strong or presumed to be a leader doesn't make you an alpha, right? I think we have.
I think actions would have to really show those qualities, highlight those, because it's easy to say what one is or what you are, but if you're not leading by example, and to your point, Toom, then
Because listen,
can you really say that you're an alpha?
Because listen, okay, so let's take it into human terms, right? Let's use the game mentality.
I'm gonna have to look at the.
We wouldn't always follow we don't always follow the shooter because he's the one that's willing to just go off at any moment in time, right? So would he be the alpha? Because you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't lead the pack.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I see
I think
your
we
point.
confuse that word alpha.
So then
can women be alphas? I'm looking it up now.
So you're saying women can be alphas?
But
I think so.
Interesting.
Why not? There are many packs of animals where the pack leader is the alpha considered, right? But there's the female.
Would you feel comfortable being with a quote unquote alpha?
Yes, because again, I disagree with the mindset that alpha means you can't listen or learn. So I think just because you're an alpha male, I don't think it doesn't mean you have to be with a beta female. I think I can be with an alpha female, but again, there has to be some common ground, some commonality. We have to, again, fight to be happy instead of fighting to be right.
I got a definition here.
What is it?
Alpha refers to a dominant person or their behavior, especially with respect to socially aggressive, hyper-masculine men.
So it is. It is saying. Yeah.
I mean,
so
you can take that.
You can take that,
way.
and of course, that's one definition. So
another, and then here's some attributes that fall under that: being self-assured, powerful, and confident in everything that he or she does.
Okay.
These personality types, don't hold back, tending to steer the pack in friendships and powerfully lead their teams in work.
See, but I didn't hear hard-headed. I didn't hear unable to learn. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the beginning.
They say dominant, though. So dominant is a trait.
Because if you go to try to challenge someone who's of that mindset, that could cause for some type of friction.
It could.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
I would agree with that, but again, I would also say that being an intelligent alpha, then you would understand how to take guidance to lead. Because again, a leader, like they said at the end, a leader of the pack, right, would have to know how to lead them into the right direction instead of the wrong. Only listening to self, we would eventually lead us into destruction, correct? I would think because just because you're an alpha, you're not going to always have the right answer.
No, absolutely not.
You see what I'm saying? So I would have to say that if I'm the leader of the pack, then I would want to lead us in a good direction. So I have to understand how to take direction as well.
Mm-hmm.
Take direction
because I had to learn how to be there. I had to learn how to become the alpha.
And take constructive criticism.
Being
able to take criticism. I think that's probably one of the hardest traits. Just a human trait is being able to take criticism. I don't think that's just an alpha trait. I think that's just a trait. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a human trait. But I think it's probably, if we're going on the label, it could be very difficult for a quote unquote alpha to take criticism.
I have to. I hear what you're saying. I just respectfully disagree because dominant doesn't mean again hard-headed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that dominant means hard-headed. I feel like again if you're a true leader and you understand how to be a leader, you understand how to take guidance because you had to learn how to follow before you could learn how to be a leader.
But can there be two leaders in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. B, what do you think?
I think there can be. I think it's very difficult.
Again, I think you have to have two very
they have to be like-minded.
Emotionally and you know what I'm saying?
Of like-minded traits.
Intelligent and I think like you said, like-minded and have to want very similar goals. They have to be very like-minded in the goals that they want.
Very true.
You know what I'm
very
saying?
True.
Because then you get to a point where two alphas will begin to want to go in different directions. If you don't have similar goals, then we can begin to bump heads. Because then, you know what I'm saying?
Especially if the path is already set in stone, like this is the type of time I'm on and that's just it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, again, if you're an alpha, I think once you become an alpha, you kind of have a direction, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're not like-minded in that direction, once like let's say she wants marriage and you say no, I want a life partner. Mm-hmm. Well then, we're going to begin to bump heads because now the relationship is going in two separate directions. You see what I'm saying? Even though there is some common ground and commonality. I
was just about to say, could there be common ground?
There definitely is in that situation. But now we're speaking of the alpha, male or female, right? Mm-hmm. So again, to your point, right? They wouldn't want to change their mind if she says she wants marriage and you say I want a life partner. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to be. Now again, if we're speaking of maybe an alpha and a beta, whether male or female, then maybe there can be some common ground. You know what I'm saying? But again, if they're two strong leaders, not just strong alphas, but strong leaders, then I believe that they would be able to find some common ground.
Okay. Yeah, I think people should start. I'm not saying don't compete, because as the article that I read up on, it can be fun, but as long as you keep it fun and within those boundaries, I think that you can definitely compete, have friendly competition with your mate, but be mindful of being understanding to where that you both can push the relationship forward in a
push the perspective of it,
fruitful like manner.
Yeah,
it took me some time to learn that. My first relationship, I was very black and white, and like I'm not gonna say I was doing it for the sake of a aha moment, but it was just like, well, I told you this was gonna happen. I was very big on I told you, like. And
told you so.
I've since learned to stop doing that.
Honestly, I was like that a lot too. And what I learned is that when I was like that, I always ended up by myself. Now, again, you got to be okay with being by yourself. Yes. But then again, when you always want your own way, you know what I'm saying? Then eventually you're gonna have to go your own way.
You're gonna get that.
Mm-hmm. And that was my thing. It was, I'm good. I don't care. I don't mind being by myself. But now you get to closer. Yes. You get a little older. You're like, well, shit. Maybe I should compromise a little bit. Maybe I got to. And I got to fix that.
I love that Toon brought that up. Aging and getting that wisdom, because that's exactly what I did. Yeah.
It definitely took.
Like this ain't working.
My age though, but it took me some time. You know what? When I learned that was when I realized I was gonna make a decision that was gonna hurt a partner, and I was like,
ooh,
why? And at first it ate me up, because I was like, why am I like this?
Mm-hmm. Like you was contemplating on a decision that you were gonna make that would have.
So I'm just
selfish.
I'm just keep it selfish. Okay. At first I thought it was. So when I discovered I was poly.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, that's great.
Let's get this out there. I felt like this my whole life. I've always thought differently about monogamy. Even when I finally came and talked to my mother about it, she said, I remember a question you asked me when you were like 5 or 6 years old. Now, this is a 5 or 6 year old kid. I grew up in the church, so I didn't know nothing about sex, nothing. And I said, Mom, you and Daddy only want to be with each other? Like, and I'm 5, 6 years old. Like, I don't know nothing about monogamy, sex, nothing. Poly, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So now, going forward, so I've always felt differently about monogamy, right? But I didn't know anything about it. I've never read any books. Again, like I always tell most people, most of the stuff we get about relationships and monogamy come from the TV. You know what I'm saying? We don't really read relationship books. Yeah, I didn't until that point. So there was, I was starting to have some desires, some sexual desires, right? And I wanted more from my relationship, right? And I sat back and I was like, why am I like this? Like, why can I not just be happy with one woman? What is wrong with me? Like, I literally sat back and I hadn't cheated. Now, before I had cheated on I'm not gonna lie, almost every single relationship I had ever been in. Not gonna lie to you. Before this point, I had almost cheated on every single relationship, right? And it wasn't because I was out there doing it to be foul. I didn't know why I couldn't not do it. I didn't understand it, right? I didn't understand why I just could not be happy with one person, right? And so then I even went to counseling. Went to get counseling because I was like, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong that I just have these desires to be and in other relationships. So then my counselor was like, you ever thought about polyamory? I was like, what the hell is that? I had no idea that there was a word or
that would definitely hurt if you're in a relationship, that's going to hurt your partner, especially because she didn't go into the relationship with that expectation.
Exactly.
So but it doesn't sound like he went into the relationship with that expectation either.
But people evolve through relationships or through timing, but that's a hard thing to accept. So if you're with Toon, looking from her perspective, and she's emotionally invested in this relationship, and he comes and says, well, I have these desires and I have these wants that include you, but also include other, somebody else. That's a difficult decision that she's got to make too. So what he's saying, it makes a lot of sense. But flip side of it, that's a lot of hurt.
But I had to be honest. Because in the end,
oh my goodness,
it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I had already made the decision.
And I think that's the thing too, like, you got to be honest. You got to have that platform of communication. Because it the optics of it all is like, damn, that's fucked up. But at least, you know, he's coming out and he's letting it be known, you know. You can't say you didn't know, you know. So I commend you on that. That's dope.
Well, I think, yeah, and
dope testimony.
Especially if you,
Appreciate that.
yeah, especially if you're staying true to yourself, because that's the important thing to be, especially in a relationship. But
well, it got to a point where it was like, okay, I know who I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm not honest with you, then I can't be honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I can't be Anthony.
Right.
So, again, you know, emotional maturity. So I had to sit down. Okay, listen, we got to have this conversation. Because going forward, this is who I am. This is what my life is going to be. If you want to be a part of that, great. If you don't, I completely understand, and I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that's not, you know, that wasn't the contract we signed. I know that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, what we sat down to do.
Wasn't the intention.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, it was never my intention to change this much. My intention was to grow with you, but as we grow as adults and we change, and you know what I'm saying?
Why is that so hard for people to understand? And I always never could really understand that, is that it's okay to break up because you have evolved and differently.
And the paths are diverging.
And when your paths, yes, are going to those ways, do you want to just stay in a relationship when you're unhappy or you're not, your needs are not being met? I think the hardest thing though is when you have made that decision, is telling somebody, because obviously you care about the person and you love the person, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, but you got to be honest about it. And it always seems like when people break up, you always ask them why you break up. You're always expecting it to be from either cheating or something very similar to cheating, you know, whatever the case might be.
Right.
It's never that you just kind of grew apart. And it's okay.
Because I think that's one of the hardest things for people to accept in relationships is when they grow apart. Because
why so? Why? I mean, that's because it happens, especially in today's time. Honestly, what I would like to know, especially with our generation.
Real quick, we're going to get final thoughts on this topic, and then we're going to go to the next one. But go ahead.
Even when people get married, are they really looking at a lifetime?
I would argue that most don't. I think a lot of people be in the moment.
You know what?
Talk to me.
We got to be bullet point on this one, because this is something we can really.
Right there,
did it hit a nerve?
Because when I got married very young.
Okay.
Right. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought in my head, this is for life. But I'm like 19, 20 years old. Like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
You can't even think 20 years.
We're not even fully developed and mature.
37 now. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't gonna last at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think I did go into it with the idea like, hey, I would like this to be for life. I thought it was. I thought I was in the right spot.
But even if, let's say, hypothetically, even with Nick or yourself, if you got married, think about marriage, would you look at it as a lifetime commitment, or you think about it maybe as a 10 to 15 years?
You go ahead.
If I was to get married now, I would be getting married. I would hope that I would be getting married and making a lifetime commitment.
So it's a lifetime.
Yeah, for me,
now,
when
I was younger, but see again, back to the point, I was back when I was younger, I was always fighting to be right. I cared more about being right than being happy, because I thought being right was my happiness. You know what I'm saying? If I'm right, then I'm happy because it's my way.
And I
pound your chest. I'm right.
I identify with Tim on that, because my thing is like 2 + 2 always gonna equal 4. So you know you can be in your feelings about it all you want, but it is what it is, and that's just how I was with it.
Yep.
So, but
now being
so
older, it's so much more to it, because
that's why I was
love and relationships ain't mad, and
it's not mad.
And 2 + 2 can equal 5 sometimes.
That's
where it gets weird.
Yeah, right.
That's where shit gets caught up in
not only in relationship, in life in general.
True.
Yeah.
What is going on, and that's why I always like to take a look back, even at Shopkulture, because there's a lot of that where, in my mindset, hey, I'm right. But in their mindset, they might think they're right, and that's just the way it is.
And I'm still, Man,
and I always get after
today was
niggas.
a testament of that.
I always try to get after niggas. Like, not everything is black and white.
Yeah.
There's colors to it.
Yeah. So, we're growing. We're works in progress. Final thoughts on this topic, y'all.
No, I think we covered it.
Y'all think y'all good? Okay. So, here's a more fun topic. What's going on, Kia?
Yeah, how you doing, Kia?
What up?
Kia's hilarious.
What happened?
Kia's just hilarious, man. There was a post that she commented on. It was about her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And she just commented, I was cracking up. I like her. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's real. You keep it 100.
Kia's
like
good people, man. We love Kia. Shouts out to Kia.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna say what the post was.
Well, I
was like, yep, keep it 100.
I'm about to find it.
I love it.
Kia's true to herself. I think who she is. Oh, well, I seen the one that she talked about pumping gas. I thought that was.
All right, fellas. What are y'all's thoughts on this?
Oh my goodness.
The approach. Black women versus white women.
Hi.
Hold on, let me read it.
Oh no.
Let me do my. Hi,
bro,
my.
You know I got a story for everything.
Hold on.
You know I got a story for everything.
Hi, my name is What is his name? Just? My name is Just. What's your name? Why? Hi, my name is Just. What is your name? Hi, I'm Megan. Now, true or false? Is this a thing, or is it more so the way a man approaches women in particular that garners certain responses from black women, white women?
I was shocked by
where y'all at with this
because responses were so black and white. Like
they get so emotional.
They get so emotionally.
Oh yeah, I saw those come in droves.
I was dying.
But here's the thing, right?
What?
People get so emotional about people's experience. Like, how are you mad at somebody that experiences something and then people this is obviously somebody felt this way because somebody went through this. Now, this is not saying that every single black woman or white woman is that way, but in general, people get so mad. I didn't say it.
I'm just asking. No, I'm just
black women. I didn't say it. Don't even be a lie.
Hold on. I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question.
So we're gonna get to the story. Okay, we're gonna get to the story.
Okay. This is so funny to me.
I have a homeboy. My best friend. We've been best friends since we were 8 years old. You know, DJ.
Oh yeah, that's my guy.
Okay, listen. Now, DJ is 6'5", dark as hell, right? Oh, well, he's not. He's dark. He's dark. He's darker than Barry. A little bit.
Wait.
I didn't say you.
Akon dark.
Oh shit.
No, you definitely.
You're not light. You definitely not light.
Barry.
Oh,
you are not light.
Oh, hell no.
Big bro, no.
Thank you, because I was about to say you beat me to it too, because I was about to say something.
Hey, wait. I thought I was in the house.
No, you were definitely.
I was in the house.
Wow, this dude.
Hell no. Hell no. You don't lie to yourself.
This dude said, I thought I was in the house.
I'm like,
no.
Oh my God.
I'm in the house.
The light don't even shine up your skin.
Barry want to be light skinned so
bad. I was serving drinks. I'm not picking no bag.
I got the comb over.
The butter biscuit talk is at an all-time high.
Oh, dead.
You've been lying to me. They've been lying to me.
I'm dead. Hey, people
you can't tell me nothing.
People date them. Hey, them super light skinned.
Man.
Light skinned.
I passed the brown paper bag test. Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like that.
Listen, Nick, you know the sun coming out. We're gonna see in about a month.
Right, exactly.
Wait. Kia said what?
Barry's not dark. I understand.
I didn't say he was dark, but he ain't light skinned.
Come on.
Is Barry light skinned?
Mm-hmm.
Barry want to be El DeBar so bad.
Hell. No, I'll go by Chico. Just say Chico.
Look. He wants to be one. That's the.
Okay, let's get back to the story.
Yeah, what's the story?
Let's get back to the story.
What's the story?
Soon, we gotta get to the story.
I know. Okay, now we back to the story. Goddammit. All right, check this out. All right, so my man, this is my boy DJ. We best friends since we're 8 years old. 6'5". I would say DJ's dark skin. Okay. So he does this thing. Anytime we go out of town or we go downtown. He does this thing, and he's like, bro, I can prove to you black women just don't fuck with me.
Oh, shit.
And bro,
I'll be real with you. I don't think I've ever seen him.
No, very few. Very few. I mean, his preference is light skin or white women. That's his preference. Whatever. Do your thing.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Bam. I give him that one.
Yes.
Okay, anyway, so he does this thing where he'll literally walk down the street, and he'll just stick his hand up to white women. Hey, give me a high five. High five. Like, he's not even trying to get out. And they all... and I be amazed. Because it never works for me. I think I'm like way too damn hood. Right? I think I just look way too hood because it don't work for me. Because I be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
You might be right.
I know he's right. That's why I'm laughing.
You might be right. Okay,
but I've seen him do it again. So then he'll be walking down the same street, black woman. Hey, give me a high five. Nigga, what? What? Nigga, what? I promise you. Okay. But listen, I've never seen the man fail.
But the see the approach though, like
it's the approach
because
it can't be the approach. He's just saying
he's literally just saying, "Hey, high five."
But I can
walking
see
down the street.
I think if you do that well, but I think
believe it.
okay, yeah, because I don't know who we're talking about, so I can't really speak on it.
Hey, and it never fails.
I feel like if you approach black people in general, like, "Hey, high five," we gonna look at like, "Nigga, who the what?"
But
have you not seen the new little TikTok trend where niggas are literally running up and just snapping pictures and niggas is just posing and shit? So a nigga can't walk up, "Hey, what's up, man?"
But you know how it goes sometimes, too. Like wherever you at, depending on what black folk, you know, well, they gonna look at you like, "Nigga, whoa, what time is yours?" Okay. So
hold on, but where the store was? We're out and about, like clubbing. It's downtown. We're out kicking it. So you should be in a good mood, right?
I mean, I feel, bro. I
look.
Wait.
Black women are with germs. We're cautious.
She got a point. Especially now with this pandemic.
Right, because it's like, look, I don't know you.
Look, this is talking also pre-pandemic too.
I know. Okay, so your views on
I didn't. No.
Correct.
No.
Tighten that up real quick, too.
You tighten that.
I gave a story about a friend. Don't put that on. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm gonna put the disclaimer.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. I ain't said nothing. Listen, black women.
But even
y'all are hard to approach. Let me just say that y'all are hard to approach.
Oh, I was about to skirt over to Barry, but unpack this. Unpack that. I'm gonna just be 100 there. I find myself to be a very attractive male.
Okay.
And I find myself to be a very, very respectful. I don't do the hey, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm normally, hey, how you doing? You know, my name's Anthony. You know, whatever. Blah blah blah.
Put your shirt on.
Let me tie it in. Mama ain't raised no heathen. I got you.
Okay, listen. I got mothers, little sisters, and big sisters. I respect them all. Now I will go to be word out there when I'm talking in conversation with my fellas. But hey, whatever.
If the shoe fits, hey.
Okay, another story.
You know.
But I'm just being honest, right? As far as conversation goes, I've been turned down easier by white women than I have by black women.
But black women are.
I'm not saying all of them.
Okay.
But my experience.
Right.
Right. Again, I've been turned down harder. Right. Even with a respectable approach.
Okay.
Than I have been turned. And again, I'm speaking of being turned down by both sides.
Okay.
And then I have been by white women.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, this is general terms. I've had good experience with black women. I've had bad experience with white women. I've had good experience with white women. I've had bad experience with black women. It goes both ways. I'm not saying that all. I'm just speaking in general terms. In my experience, I've been turned down harder by black women. You know what I'm saying? Or even ignored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More at least.
Wait. You've been turned down. You've been turned down more so by white women or black women?
No.
Harder by black women or white?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that either one has turned me down more.
Right.
What I'm saying is in the terms of if we're comparing two situations and we're talking about two women, one black, one white, that turned me down. I've been turned down harder as far as the response goes.
Yes.
To my respectable, you know what I'm saying, approach than by a white woman.
Got you.
Now, I'm not saying that all of them have done it. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
Talking about the ones you have encountered.
Right, just what you've encountered.
In general.
Right.
Not all, some.
Right.
Because, again, I've had bad experiences with good. We've all had good or bad experiences. Black, white, don't matter.
Yeah, and also I would actually say.
I do. Like I said, with a very respectable approach.
Yes.
I approach, first off, any woman. Because, again, I'm not a dude that just goes and shoots a bunch of shots. I don't even. No. I'm not like that.
You're not
I just shoot a whole bunch
You're not out of the quota. I call it quota game.
Good morning, my Nubian queen. How are you doing?
I want to get a certain quote. You know, that's not how you.
Not at all. I don't even shoot game or.
No.
I'm not with all that.
You like.
Just say what it is.
I'm more of a hey, how you doing type of dude. Yeah. Like for real. I don't even with the extra. You know what I'm saying?
Like I was just saying.
Yes.
My Nubian queen. How are you doing this?
I'm a type of guy. If I feel like you know what I'm saying, maybe she gave me some type of eye, then I'm probably not even going to approach her. Just because I feel like
Wait, you're saying if she gives you the eye,
like a side eye,
if she
a side eye.
Like I'm one of those types. Like I don't just be going up and just approaching every woman.
I get what Tuma's saying because that's happened with me before. Oh, okay, she's not feeling it. You can just feel it before the conversation even starts. So it's just like I got you.
I would rather.
I want to get back because you said about white women. I think you're right about the approach, right? You said you might be a little too good.
I mean,
hey, Miss Dressina, I hope I said your name right. Thank you for tuning in.
That's how I look. Because again, I've done this, bro. I've been with, bro. I literally have been with DJ and done the same thing.
No, DJ, yes.
Bro, I don't understand how he does it. It is like magic, bro. Everything he never.
I hate to even ask this question. I really do.
I think
but
it could be hand gestures.
What is you say he's tall,
6'5".
black dude.
Black dude.
Tattoos, dreads, is he
No,
like stereotype or anything like that?
No, he's cool, man. But he's a basketball player. You got good height.
Because they say you look like one of the approachable ones. You know how? No, come on, we're not gonna pretend like you know where I'm going with those too, right? Yeah. So that's all I'm saying.
No. But
that could be a factor.
What Tim was saying does have merit though, because I've talked to someone and they said that sometimes when black men come, they come a little too hard. And again, because it's gesturing or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how do you approach women, Barry? Per Angelina Starks.
Wasn't that the one that said you was sexy?
No.
Yeah, she did, nigga. I'll pull it up right now.
Do we got to go back to the comments?
Okay.
I will.
No, I have to go back to the comments.
Okay, I'm just checking.
No, okay. Look, hold on. This guy. All right.
I'll shut up for a minute.
What's that say? Wait, what's that say across the screen?
Okay, can we? That was this. Guys.
Okay, all right.
What was we saying?
So the question was, how do you approach women, Barry, or how do you approach a woman, Barry? We've heard Toom's testimony. What's your
And she's waiting.
Yeah, well, okay, she keep waiting. It's just about. It's just you have conversation, and if you see, I'm like what Toom is saying. Like I said, I like just the conversation. I think conversation is everything. And I think when you're approaching it, you're talking to somebody, you got to go in there with a mindset, not necessarily you're trying to hit.
Bro, I can't breathe right now. I can't breathe right now, bro.
Oh God.
Oh my God!
Oh man!
Okay, no, hold on. We got yeah.
I was trying to tell you
because
I thought it was saying it. I didn't see down.
No.
I'm cross-eyed. I can't see what you're saying down there.
Okay, so you approach with a professional type.
I think it's just a conversation. I think it's just general conversation. I don't think you when you're talking to somebody. I don't think when you talk to a woman, it doesn't work for me trying to spit game. It sounds corny.
It is corny.
Yeah,
but for some people it works though. Yeah. Some people it works. I've had guys come with like rhymes and shit, and I'm like,
yeah,
what?
I'm like, no, bro, I've seen it work, bro. Like some of that shit really works, and I'm like, nigga, why don't that shit ever work for a nigga like me? Nigga, like
they come with game, like the rhyme.
Baby, I'm like, nigga.
And I'm like, does baby still work? And I said, oh weird, and I don't.
Hey, little mama, I said, like, what?
I
don't.
You bust out some spoken word.
No, that's spoken word. I mean, it's just. I think it's all about vibe, and I think that when you're going over with the intent.
Listen. That is the biggest misconception in the world. True. Listen,
Yep.
We ain't even gonna go there. I'm talking about. Listen, that is a huge misconception. I swear. Listen, I would take the fight. Come on.
He wants to fight with you. See, don't let him tell you that. But I think
I think I intimidate him. Maybe.
But it's different though when you are talking to white women as compared to sisters. I think so, but I also think it's different in Seattle as opposed to when you go to other places.
Oh, most definitely.
You go to down south or Texas or East Coast. Like I remember my first time I went to the East Coast. I mean, they come at you.
Man,
I was in Memphis last summer. I was like, damn.
Bro, hey, do I got to bring up Houston?
Oh my goodness.
You always bring up Houston, man.
You like that H-Town.
Boy, I'll be down there in July.
What's going on, Carmen?
Galveston. I'll see y'all in July.
What's goody?
I'm out there. I'm out there, man.
I'm out. Hey,
Black.
man.
Black.
But it's different. That's what I'm saying.
Man.
It is different. It is different in other places.
I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
Sure.
But Seattle
is
a different vibe when it comes to the aggression.
That's a fact.
Or the approach.
But you know what? I think also has to do with some of us. Some of us up here are goofy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also seen the goofiness from niggas everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
But the goofiness up here is top tier.
No,
I gotta admit.
Listen,
I gotta admit.
Bro, Seattle, they hate on.
I gotta admit, bro.
I was in Virginia Beach one time.
You know.
And I actually had to check a dude because this woman.
What do you mean? It was just
this woman walked by and she was like beautiful, like not gorgeous, sexy, beautiful.
Okay.
Like she had the natural little afro. She had the listen, she was bad. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even say nothing to her. But it was a little young nigga. He was like, hey, mama. He did the little, hey, mama, 10 times. Mm-hmm. And she finally turned around and she was so respectful. She was like, listen, I appreciate it, but I have a boyfriend. Thank you for the attention.
Yep.
And he bitch.
Oh, see, yeah, that's where you,
I was like, oh, listen, homie.
Now that's incel. That's an incel.
I was like, you sound like a bitch.
Yeah.
Are you whining? Are you crying, homie? Did you get a number? Bro, stop it right now, bro. Listen, you got to quit that.
You sound like a bitch.
And then you get all mad, and then if you go up to
I'm so West Coast, bro.
Yeah.
You know I'm so West Coast, bro.
You sound like a bitch.
I'm so West Coast, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Cats really do get mad when they get
that shit is crazy, isn't it? Like,
y'all be getting
whoa.
so hot, bro.
Really?
So in their feelings.
So, what could, I don't know how this is going to sound, what could sisters do to be a quote-unquote more approachable?
Cause see, you walking a fine line with that.
No,
one.
I'm just asking.
Because like I said in the prompt and per the description, is it that black women have a way about receiving someone approaching them, the stereotype of being negative, like what we've seen in the meme, or is it more so how the man is approaching them?
I think it goes both ways.
Like what Toon was just saying in his example.
I think they get hit with so much BS.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. That's a fact.
With so much BS, it's hard for them to discern who's gonna come next with it. You see what I'm saying?
Bar. That's a bar.
I think you know what I'm saying. I think that's a big part of the problem is because again, if you were to receive so much BS, the next person that came, you'd be ready to jump down their throat too. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if they're coming with it again. You know.
But I think even in that, you would be able to tell when someone's on, or when a dude is on that BS versus a dude who's being genuine.
But again, be real. Let's be real. Have we not? But again, I've seen some respectful dudes start respectful, and
now that is true.
So, especially if it was a group of them.
That is true.
Especially if it was a group of guys. Yeah, it's like they. Now I have noticed that, like they'll start clowning. I'm like, well.
But I'm also asking women do that too.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. A man comes up to her and the women just start clowning. Bro, why? I mean, if the man is coming up, if you're not interested, cool. Just say hey or something.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Is it? You got to clown him?
I'm telling you, it's that entitlement, man. It's that entitlement. Dope topic, fellas. Last one, real quick.
There's a guy that approached me in Shopkulture. Well, do tell. What
hold on.
Who was that?
You don't even have to tell the name, but I just want to know: did he come respectfully, or did you have to shoot him down with the shot?
And there you go. Answer that for us while we go to the next.
Or did you go out with him? She could have went out.
Hold on, let's see. When we spoke, it was horrible. He talked about himself and
okay.
Unfortunately, that's usually that's usually what it is.
You don't need to talk about sex.
Yeah.
2 minutes into the cover.
Yeah, nigga, that's just weird. Like, you don't want to know her background or is she crazy or not? Like,
I shot the hoop to somebody else. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Oh no, she said I dodged the cannon, but I'm gonna go ahead and.
How do you feel about when women talk about sex right away?
I mean, I love it. I'm not opposed to it because I'm open. I can talk about almost anything. So it doesn't even. It's sex, but we can have a respectable conversation about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Like, but
it doesn't matter the timetable.
But because I read a lot about relationships and sex and all that.
I'm the same way.
I actually enjoy the conversation.
Right.
As long as we can have a conversation. Like now, if you come out immediately and all you're talking about is just wanting to jump my drawers, I'm a little hesitant. Mm-hmm. But if it's respectable, you know what I'm saying? Again, depending on the person and how they approach it and how it's done, we might have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because again, But see, here's my thing. I don't just have conversation with anybody. You see what I'm saying? I don't just.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so if she's able to even get to that point where she's comfortable talking to me about sex, like we've probably already done a lot of the small talk, because I don't just be, you know what I'm saying, diving in conversation with everybody. I don't just give my number out to everybody. I don't just, you know what I'm saying, ask for everybody's number. So
right.
if I'm having a conversation with a person, we've already kind of established that that's okay.
But I do think, though, that you know, he was also a bit on the heavy side. So that's what I'm saying. So let's get to the truth.
Like I said,
so when you're not attracted,
I don't work out to be healthy, baby.
Yeah, but that's one. But also,
if it was Idris Elba, kid, would you have had a problem with it?
That's the issue I always have with women, because women say,
or someone who looks like him.
You're attracted to, it's not too soon. Well,
they all for it, it seems.
It's like, oh, yeah, not too bad.
But again, I mean, so I wouldn't be engaging in a whole lot of personal conversation with somebody I wasn't attracted to.
I mean, I would.
I mean, we wouldn't be having that conversation. But I can be friends talking to anybody. But why would I be engaging in?
I think you can have kind of detailed conversation with someone you're not necessarily attracted.
About business or putting something together.
We're talking about sex. You can have sex. I think it's different. We're talking. Yeah.
But again, but we wouldn't be talking about sex with each other at that point. Again, then at that point, we're talking about the knowledge of sex. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about different things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I mean, if I wasn't attracted to her and she started shooting a shot about sex and all that, I'm going to be honest with her. I don't want her to be, you know what I'm saying, be thinking that she has some type of.
So let me stop you there. This is never going to happen.
Oh, damn.
I didn't say that. That wasn't Toom's voice. Don't be playing with
So,
me.
can I ask a question? And this is Shopkulture, and we asked this. Does it seem like maybe, and somebody asked, that heavier set women are more aggressive?
This is another topic. Shooting their shot?
You said heavier set women?
Yeah. Oh, okay. What you think?
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because BBWs is getting it in. They don't. Like there's a lot of dudes has been. I think it's always been a thing. It's just more so like dudes are more so on the open and they're being honest with themselves now. Like, yes, I like a thick chick. I like a fat chick. I like a BBW. Whatever. It used to be. One could say it used to be like dudes that was on that undercover status. Like you didn't want nobody to know. But these days it's just like, yep, I got me one and she does right by me and. Yes, it's fun.
Norman, sis, what size?
The size matter.
What are you talking about? Women?
Listen,
women?
hold on.
I cannot help you in this conversation.
This is what this was a topic last time, and me and Toom got it. So what? You got to be specific.
So I'm gonna tell you why.
We don't want to have that.
Toom cannot help you in this conversation. We're talking about men because Toom has never had any problems in that point. So I can't tell you what a man should or shouldn't do if he was having those issues.
No, I think she's talking about.
So you're talking about like just weight. You're talking about weight, right? I think.
Again, I think we talked about that last week, right? I don't think it's about the weight, more about the body type, body style.
We said about curvatures and curves. And,
I mean, people are into what they're into. I know cats that they want a slightly obese woman. They don't want petite or athletic or even thick. She has to have a gut. She has to all of that.
Yeah,
but you have cats that's their preference.
Yeah. I know some dudes that don't mess with it at all. You know what I'm saying? I know some.
Oh damn! Kia says I broke things off with my ex.
Kia, and I like Kia just being honest. And I think
I respect it. I respect it.
Sometimes I look at Shopkulture and everyone's like, oh, it's all right, and I'm like, okay, like
you gotta keep it hungry. That's one thing we don't do enough.
No, because cats come in the shop, they say something different. Oh no, I can't. She's too big. I'm like, well, you didn't say that, and I was gonna say, can we bring this up? Because it doesn't matter. So,
it definitely does.
Yeah, size matters, and it's okay.
But preference matters because there are some that really like those.
Yeah, preference does.
Like you.
But you should be okay to say what your preference is and not feel.
Bro, I've had women turn me down because they say I'm too lean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bench almost 300 fucking pounds.
But they're not looking at that.
No, yeah, but right.
I want a dad bod.
Yeah.
There are some women that are like, nah, I want a dad bod.
Dad bodies are like in for a lot.
Not your leg.
What? He hangs around for me to get weak and.
Damn, what is happening? Hold on. All right, let me read this. He just hangs around for me to get weak and try to hump me. What does that mean, Kia?
Yeah, what are we?
Kia, can you explain that real quick? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Because Because she said he's overweight, and then he hangs around. He hangs
my
around and wait
okay.
to get weak.
Yeah, kid, you gotta give us the full.
Because this is funny to me.
Yeah.
Okay, swingers. Where y'all at with that, real quick? We got to segue real quick. We gotta because that was the last topic.
Well, good luck.
Let me. Hopefully, she can help us out with that. She says, "My apologies." Don't apologize. Yeah.
Just explain to me.
You gotta kind of
what you mean.
We gotta, yeah.
Because you say he was waiting for you to get weak to hump on you. What does that mean? Like, yeah.
Kind of predatory.
Very.
That's it sounds very weird. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, Willie said, "I'm trying to get rid of my dad."
I'll at me, Will.
Man, here he is.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
So the swinger lifestyle. Are you hating or are you participating? Has anyone in here ever participating in it?
Who has? Raise your hands. Who has? Raise your hand.
Okay. No, okay, all right. Yeah, I love the honesty. I love the honesty.
You know who I am. Don't play around, man.
Look, Carmen says, I participate. Somebody else says, I'm trying to participate.
You know, shut down, go shut it down. I'm going to keep it all the way focused. You know what it is, man. You know what it is, man.
I'm coming. Where's my popcorn at?
No swinging. I have quite a few friends who are, and they are all happy.
But again, I'm not a swinger.
Yeah, because there's all
Yes, please.
There. Okay, so again, there are a bunch of big misconceptions about swinging and poly and all of that. Being poly does not automatically qualify you as a swinger or kink or any of the sort. Okay, being poly has less to do about sex than football. Okay? I mean, again, there's sex always involved in relationships, but not in every single relationship. I know some that are in poly relationships that aren't having sex.
Okay.
So that's a big misconception. Swinging is more about partners. Openly going to swinging or sex parties where normally there is some form of partner swapping or group activity or some type of sexual activity going on in a group setting. Okay, those are swingers, but again, those are normally in the forms of relationships. There are normally single people, or there can be single people involved in these swinger parties or events. Again, normally they're already known to the group. If you're talking about a private group, there are clubs that you can go to. Just because you go, to these clubs doesn't necessarily mean that you're into the group thing.
You ain't got to be politically correct, brother.
It's after hours. It's after 9.
I don't want to be too greasy.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, we can definitely dive into it. We can definitely do a series on it or talk about it. But
I think what you're saying shed some light. But I think more and more people are intrigued or interested in why it shouldn't be this big old. Because you talk to some people and they have such a that's nasty. Well, you don't know nothing about it.
Well, here's the thing, right? We've done a segment on monogamy, and when we did that segment, we spoke to the science of monogamy. Mm-hmm. Okay, and if you believe in science, right? If you believe in science, science says, not always. Again, it depends on the parameters of your group, Kia, or your club or event that you're going to. Sometimes, depending on the group parameters or club parameters, you can't be a single male. Normally, if you're going to a party, there has to be at least one single female to match.
Yeah, and that makes sense. So,
but you can, normally you can be a single male.
Wait, Carmen says this is interesting. Cheating or poly?
Me and Carmen actually talked about this earlier. We're having a good conversation. So we're actually going to do a little bit of work on that.
Okay.
On cheating or polyamory. Again, one speaks to honesty and communication and openness. The other speaks to living in a broken system and being dishonest. being disloyal, right? So again, there's a huge misconception. You know what I'm saying? Again, being poly, okay, is different than being in an open relationship. Okay, being poly, and I'll just use myself. Being poly for me does not give. Excuse me, it's my son. I'll be on my way as soon as I'm done with the show. I love you.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
This is. We should have started off with it because this is good.
Yeah.
Being poly does not give you a free license to just free ball and free dick and have a whole bunch of open sex.
Say that again. So people,
not what polyamory is about. Again,
that's the super misconception.
So and I understand, ladies. So here's the thing, ladies. When and I want y'all to take this right as we go forward, and I feel like we should do another segment on this. I want y'all to take this going forward. The first thing when you hear polyamory is not sex. Okay. So let's get that misconception out of your heads. When you meet a male and you're monogamous, that's okay. When you meet a man that says, "Hey, I'm poly," that does not mean that necessarily he means he wants to go free ball and have a bunch of free sex. That is the least thing that is on his mind. Now, there are some men that, again, just like anything in any system in the world, every system has people that will take advantage, right? We take advantage of everything in life, right? That is human.
Matrix. There are no rules.
There are human. That is human nature to take advantage. So there are people that are going to use the name of polyamory and say, well, that gives me an open free card to go have a bunch of sex. No, that's not what it is. Polyamory speaks to the relationships with people. Okay. Now that doesn't always mean that every single male wants to have 4, 5, 6, 7 girlfriends. That doesn't necessarily mean what that is. Again, you have to discuss his form of dynamics and his form of relationship style with him. Okay, because we're all different. But when you meet a male and he speaks to polyamory and he starts talking about, oh, I want to have a bunch of, I want to just be free to do me, then you tell him, no, you're open and you want to have open relationships. Okay. There's a big difference between open relationships and polyamory. Again, polyamory speaks to relationships. Open relationships speaks to being able to have sex freely. Okay. So there's, again, big misconceptions on polyamory and swinging and cheating and all of that. So
you need to have a series, really, because I think that's, people want to understand the lifestyle. And it's not just
more than a lifestyle; it's a belief system.
Even the lessons, you can dive into it. It is more than just looking it up. I think that you have to have somebody who's knowledgeable.
This is something something that when I decided that this is going to be my life path, I didn't want to be one of those people that was he's following a trend, or even labeled as one of those guys that just wanted to be free balling and having a bunch of sex and what I'm saying, doing women dirty and all of that. I wanted to be a person that was known as this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I was changing my life. This is who I am. Being poly is not just my relationship style. It's my belief system. Okay? Because I dove into the history of it. I understand the belief system behind it and the whole system of how to truly make this work. You know what I'm saying? And again, I understand it goes far beyond just having a bunch of sexual partners. It's not. That's the least.
All right.
So B, awesome, dropping all the gems and whatnot. That's dope. Are you hating or participating? Swinger life, B.
Oh, it's not. Listen, it's not necessarily for me, but I don't really understand it fully. So maybe I have to understand them.
The questions that needs answers.
One time in Bangkok, but listen, hold on.
Oh,
when it's outside the country, I'm playing.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Shopkulture next week.
We still have not got an
I
answer.
don't think we're going to get one either, too.
Listen, I'm not going to let you go to the ending.
Oh, well, you heard what the man said.
Jeffrey.
I wish I had the damn music.
No. Okay, I'm lying. Hey, man, that don't count.
I didn't know.
And we can end the show.
All the way funky. Y'all know what it is.
Right.
Shut down, go shut it down.
Come on, man.
All right, Shopkulture.
Shopkulture, man. Transparency is key. We communicate. We put it all out on the table. No judgment here. It's judgment-free zone. It's funny, but we ain't judging you. Yeah. So, are you participating or hating, Barry, from Angelina Starks?
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh boy, I'm gonna let that linger up there.
Oh man, listen, Angelina, let me just say something real quick before Barry answers your question because we're not gonna let him leave. I like your style.
I appreciate your contributions to tonight's show.
Come on, man.
You are.
Are we jumping in there, B?
You are.
Or are we hating?
We appreciate it.
I'm not hating on it.
So, not hating on it. There's only one other answer.
Well, I don't know if I'm participating.
No.
It's a clear. I'm gonna let Toon go. Go ahead. Get your co-host, man.
Are we participating?
Are you answering?
Are you answering?
Oh man.
Listen, man. We over time, B.
Yes.
I can't go nowhere. Listen, my legs are stuck to the chair, bro. I can't go nowhere. I'm stuck.
I'm hating. For me,
Are you lying?
What?
Are we being?
I'm right. Are you? Are you lying?
No. You know what? Yeah. Anyways, I had to unclog. Yes, I had to unclog the scene too.
I think that's the answer.
Ooh, Angelina is on his element, bro.
I think you just
hold on. No, he can't go. Oh, tell.
It's like her, man. I like her, man.
Oh,
okay. Anyway, this is Shopkulture.
Oh, look at him trying to dismount.
This is Shopkulture.
I love it.
Make sure you guys tune in.
Like, comment, share.
Come
you
on.
already know what it is.
You know what
man.
this is.
Do it for the community.
Shut up, babe.
Nick.
It's okay, man.
Nick.
It's okay.
Nick. It's over now, Nick. Nick had like a 40 comment with some.
Hey man, they needed clarity, and I was holding the home team down. Like
you got it, bro. You don't need. Listen, man.
Okay. I'm a work in progress. I'll just leave it at that.
Admin rights.
Yeah, but yeah.
We
gonna want, because that's what we do, man.
No, listen, y'all don't want me to be admin. I'm a dick.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm a dick.
Yeah, you think I'm so? All right.
Hey, Will, you know what? No, you know what?
Oh, look at William trying to play Love Connection.
You know why?
Okay.
I like the public shooting the shot, man. I like that, man. Show some heart. Hey!
I like
shoot your shot, Steph Curry. Shoot your shot.
You have a very good night.
We appreciate you for tuning in. Thanks everybody who contributed to tonight by commenting and whatnot. We appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in.
Remember, like and share. Shopkulture.
You know what it is.
Come on.
Okay, I got it. Okay, let me get these commercials.
Stay safe. Be blessed.
If you are in the market to buy or sell your home, land, or property, it is in your best interest to work with a professional that cares and keeps your best interest first always. Melissa Williams is your agent, very customer service oriented, knowledgeable in all steps in the delicate process of your investment, and here to turn your dreams to reality. Call her now, 253-293-1056. That's 253-293-1056. www.melissawilliams.com.
Hey you, yeah you, don't you deserve a newer vehicle for 2022? Go see Ralph at Max Auto Plus Tacoma. Good credit, bad credit, always with the lowest interest rates possible. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and everyone sees the Carfax. The best customer service ever. Log on to GoSeeRalph.com or call 253-230-1494. That's 253-230-1494. Oh, one more thing. Did you know you get $200 cash money if you bring Ralph a customer? What are you waiting on? Go see Ralph. Max Auto is located at 12918 Pacific Avenue, South Tacoma. Get up and go see Ralph.
All right. Hold on 1 second. All right, y'all. Legion of Barbers, the LOB store over in Des Moines. Hit up my guy, Willoughby. He has you covered with all of your accessories and then some. Clippers, trimmers, shavers, razors, capes, oils, everything that you need to get everything going, get your clients in shape, get them right. Check out the LOB store, Des Moines. And any last words, fellas?
Yeah.
Y'all have a good week. Be
Stay
safe
safe
out there, man. Listen, man. Stay strapped up, man.
Yes.
Stay strapped up. Stay safe, man.
Oh,
Rest in peace to them babies.
for sure. All right, that's game. We are out.